and welcome to the Superscript New Comic Book Minute. I just realized I was sitting on frame a little bit there. And we have a bunch of comics and comic-like things that we are excited about this week. Thorn, why don't you tell the folks at home what we are excited about, what you're excited about?
Well, there's a lot I'm excited about this week. Starting off with a trade, for once. We got the complete collection of the newest Damage Control miniseries, written by the guys who wrote the TV show The Goldbergs. But they're really big Marvel fans, and this is full of fun little goofy day-to-day Marvel. The Damage Control, the people who clean up after superhero fights. It's really fun. They're in some newer MCU stuff. That's probably why this got greenlit. But it's a super fun. My favorite Marvel stuff is always like the day-to-day regular people stuff, besides X-Men, which is later. Then we got a bunch of number ones to talk about this week. Elliot's got a lot of them, but I got this one from Scout called Singi and Timbo, and it's some sort of desert shrew. I'm not good with animals.
We're guessing shrew.
We're thinking it's a shrew. Anyway, it becomes friends with an elephant in the African desert, so it's kind of like a Lion King-y, family-friendly, talking animals, unlikely friends story that looks really fun and cute. Then we got this one-shot from Vault that's an epilogue to Songs for the Dead, which is a fun fantasy series that's about like a minstrel that does a lot of just like a fantasy adventure. It's got really fun like cartoony art style, although it is kind of violent, and it seems really fun. Speaking of fantasy, and if you guys are excited for the Dungeons and Dragons movie tomorrow, there's a new Dungeons & Dragons comic that ties into the old 80s cartoon, and it's just the continuing adventures of the characters from the 80s cartoon. And the art style is really, really cool. I'm really into it.
Beckett is somewhere just screaming with delight, I imagine.
Now on to Marvel. We got a number one from, I don't actually know how to pronounce this guy's name, but he's a really great artist named Steve Scrooge. And it's a new mini-series where each issue, The Thing, teams up with a different character. And it's called Clobbering Time. First issue's the Hulk. I think second issue's like Doctor Strange or Spidey.
Okay, so it's not all people who are like of similar size to the Thing.
It's not all punchy guys. Well, I mean, they're all punchy guys. Yeah. But no, it's not all just big boys. It's The Thing. It's The Thing teaming up. It's like Marvel 2-in-1. Another one-shot that we got that I'm really excited for, I've read this already, is It's Jeff. It's by Kelly Thompson and Guri Hiru, two of my favorite people who work at Marvel. And it's just about Jeff the Land Shark, who's a little land shark. And he goes on little, like, mostly wordless adventures. And the art is astounding. This was originally only on Marvel Unlimited. And it's all finally collected in, like, a physical thing. I love it.
That's sweet.
My favorite book, got issue 2 this week. Betsy Braddock, Captain Britain #2. We still have a couple number ones. This issue, if you don't know, Captain Britain is like the Omniversal Guardian, protects the multiverse and stuff. And this issue, she's going to meet Captain Carter. Now, DC actually pulled out a bunch of stuff this week that I was pretty excited about. Two of my favorite things. One, Doom Patrol. It's a new Doom Patrol book. I'm actually not familiar with the writer, but I'm always excited about a new Doom Patrol book. And they've been doing this thing where there's a bunch of fun covers.
Who's the writer?
It is, I think, Dennis Culver. And they're doing a fun thing where each issue has a gimmick variant cover. This one you can scratch off to see which personality Crazy Jane's going to be.
Yeah. You scratch it off, you buy it.
You scratch it, you scratch it, you buy it. And then this one I think flew kind of under the radar, but I'm actually really excited about this. Yeah. This is Waller vs. Wildstorm. It's a new Black Label book. It's the comic debut of Spencer Ackerman, who's a national security reporter. And so he knows a lot of stuff about the government doing shady things. So he gets to write a Suicide Squad book.
Sweet.
But it's also a bunch of Wildstorm characters from the 90s, because he realized that they're all like spies and stuff. So it's set in the late 80s during the Cold War. There's a Stormwatch and all this like spy intrigue stuff. And then a young upstart Amanda Waller tries to get involved.
I feel like between this and like the Tom King book,
Danger Street?
Human Target. Well, Danger Street also kind of too, but like to a greater degree, Human Target, we are on the precipice of like maybe the horror boom is winding down and we're gonna get into a weird spy-fi boom.
Which is spy-fi boom.
I'm
Lois Lane's also in this as one of the main characters. That's a selling point.
I'm into it. It's gonna be a young Lois Lane, right?
I think it's just like an alternate late 80s DC.
Okay, gotcha. All right, well, I have a bunch I'm excited about. I'm actually excited about a lot of that stuff, but I think Thorn would have fought me if I had said I wanted to talk about half of it.
Excited about it.
Yeah, that is...
Also, Doom Patrol's mine.
Yeah. And also, I was like, there's no way we're going to sell through all this Captain Britain when Thorn suggested we order more of it, and then turns out we have...
It's great!
So yeah, people like it who aren't named Thorn.
There's a T-Rex Captain Britain.
All right, so now we talk about the books I'm excited for and the books that were on the table that did not involve a land shark or former Psylocke or Madewall. No, you had a lot of stuff that wasn't that either. I can't do the whole list. Anyways, moving on. DC Lazarus Planet Revenge of the Gods. We've got G. Willow Wilson, we've got Becky Cloonan, we've got a whole bunch of other people involved in writing this. These one-shots have been tying together everything between the Dark Crisis and the
Dawn of
DC. I always want to call it Birth of DC, and that's not nearly as alliterative or fun to say.
Oh, they do different things.
They do. You're not wrong.
But it's every 5 years.
These have been pretty good, and they are just fun one-offs that kind of tell you where the world is at, and they have all been worth reading so far. We also have Avengers Beyond, which is like a cosmic Avengers book, and I am usually here for cosmic Marvel stuff.
It's all about the Beyonder too.
Yeah,
and it's a big old Secret Wars 2 outfit.
It's like one shoulder pad. But yeah, I'm stoked for that. Landy's writing it. Grand State Punk. I don't know anything about this other than I usually tend to gravitate towards whatever music comics we end up getting. This one somehow involves someone going to looks like explore the afterlife, but also
there's a skeleton man.
References to Minor Threat and whatnot. So this will probably be right up my alley. But the art's really cool. Has a very like 90s zine quality to it. This looks awesome. This I picked up just because the art something fell off the shelf. Don't worry about it. It's fine. This one I picked up just because the art is outstanding. Don't Spit in the Wind. This is a Mad Cave book. It looks just so cool. But it is, it's weird kaiju robot stuff, post-apocalyptic stuff. If you're into a very specific sort of like Scud-like art style, I think this book's going to be for you. I'm really excited about it. Books that kind of, trade on the strength of the pencils, I am usually pretty into. Indigo Children, been waiting for this to come out. Kurt Pierce is writing it. I think it's like a slow burn, mysterious sort of thriller-y thing. I don't know a lot about it. It's a big, thick issue 1. Art's good. I don't know. I am into books that I can't flip through 5 pages and say, oh, I know what this is. This is definitely that. This is a lot of different things. It's been getting a lot of buzz. So, yeah, new Image title by Kurt Pierce. Very excited. 2000 AD, are you a Judge Dredd fan?
I am.
Well, Xmas with the Devil in March.
In Mega City 1.
In Mega City 1.
We got a bunch of Judge Dredd, too.
Yeah.
So, our 2000 AD order came in.
Yeah. Made it across the pond, as they say, and now we have a bunch of it. Then we have Miracle Kingdom, which is about cults, and you know how I tend to gravitate towards books that have material about cults. Or weird megachurch stuff, or, but anyways, another scout book. I am interested to dig into this. And then new Junji Ito. We've got Tombs. It's a new hardcover Junji Ito book.
Bunch of short stories.
Yeah. Story collection, if you will. Fresh Nightmares, brought to you by Horror Master Junji Ito. If you know who Junji Ito is, you know that you want this already. And if you don't, if you like some of the best drawn, creepiest, like, I don't know, what would you even compare him to? I don't know, the incomparable Junji Ito.
Yeah, I think,
creepy horror comics, usually with some element of like body horror or weirdness too, but also just spooky stuff. Usually slugs are involved in my experience.
This one does have Slug
Girl.
Girl.
There's a slug. All right.
This is Slug Girl. That's a classic Junji Ito tale.
But excited about that. And then finally, the thing I'm most excited for this week is Mark Millar and Frank Quitely back together again, writing a new book for Image. If you know me, you know how excited I am about Mark Millar and Frank Quitely working together, and also just Frank Quitely working on anything that's more than just a cover. But
really
this looks awesome. Yeah, but while he's doing this, 8 billion people, 6 can have superpowers. That is
you choose.
Yeah, that's the most Mark Millar.
That is a very Mark Millar premise
I can possibly think of. If you were to be like gun to my head, what will the next Mark Millar comic be? I might have said that.
I feel like edgy superhero thing.
Yeah. There's not. It's like what if superheroes, but the real world in politics, or it is like Frank or Mark Millar saw a movie and is like, you can do that better. And sometimes you can.
Sometimes you can.
And on that note, I also just want to say we are saying goodbye to March here this week, and April's on the horizon, which means new comics. Pick up a free copy of DC Connect. or Marvel previews to find out what DC and Marvel respectively are putting out. Those are free. They're always on the table until we run out of them. And then as far as paid catalogs are concerned, we've got previews. So everything else that's fit to print under the sun, you can pick up a copy of this for $4.99 and read a bunch about new comics that are coming out and toys and other stuff. Always a good read. And then we've got Game Trade Magazine, which is a couple bucks, which is like that, but not for comics, for like video games. Not video games. Specifically not video games, board games. Oh boy, it's been a morning. Let us know what you are excited to read this week, and we will see you next week.